Good afternoon, everyone. Our ceremony will start in a moment. Please find your seats and silence your cell phones. When the band begins playing the processional march, we ask that everyone please stand as the graduates enter. Thank you. To everything there is a season, and a time for every purpose, a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to harvest, a time to tear down and a time to build, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to celebrate. Friends, families, community members, staff, graduates, welcome to this afternoon's commencement ceremony for the Prophetstown High School class of 2019. Today we mark the end of one season and the beginning of another for these individuals sitting before you. Graduates, my opening quote was an excerpt from the book of Ecclesiastes, which in part says that each time and each season in our lives has a purpose. No doubt your education has been filled with times of joy, times of hard work, times of fun, and times of sorrow. You have all experienced wins and losses. In fact, at the request of members of the senior class, the empty chair at the back of our graduates is placed in remembrance of those friends and classmates who have passed away and are no longer with us. Every time and every season of our lives, whether mourning or celebrating, has a purpose. Graduates, I want to encourage you to always find a purpose for your time. Find a purpose for every season of your life. Because purpose is the answer to the question, why am I here? The most successful people in the world are those who have found their purpose, their why, and measure everything they do against that standard. And when I say success, I'm not talking about making lots of money. That's not what I mean by success. As you pursue your passion, you will discover your purpose. Some of you have discovered your purpose already in serving, creating, calculating, analyzing, hypothesizing, healing, growing, competing, and so many other activities you've undertaken during your time here. That's why we do our best to expose you to new experiences, new ideas, new perspectives. After all, education is not the filling of a bucket, but rather the lighting of a fire. During your time in high school, our purpose has been to meaningfully engage you in the classroom and beyond so that we could equip you with the skills you need to lead an empowered and successful life. Graduates, my hope for you at the start of this new season in your life is that you continuously work to find a purpose for your time. Find a purpose for each season of your life so that you can answer the question, why am I here? In this place, at this time, surrounded by these people, in whatever context you find yourself when you leave here. Finally, graduates, on this graduation day, let me encourage you to take some time today and say thank you to those friends, family members, teachers, and mentors whose purpose it has been to bring you to this point. I wish you all the best as you work to find purpose for each season of your lives and make us all proud in the process. At this time, I would like to introduce our class salutatorian, Jasmine Van Horn. Jasmine, please come forward. We will now hear Jasmine's speech to her class.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for coming to help us celebrate the graduating class of 2019 sitting in front of you. It's my honor to be up here to be able to talk in front of you all. First of all, I would like to thank all the friends and family that have been with us to love and support us through our high school career. Without all of you, we would not be sitting where we are today. You also have impacted our lives and changed us into the people who we are today, so we thank you. Secondly, I would like to thank all the faculty and staff for leading us to our future because you took time and dedication to teach us what we needed to know to go on with our lives. You always offered to come in early for us if we needed to study more, or you would even stay later to help us with an assignment. Honestly, you guys handled our crazy class pretty well over the good 4 years. Even though we lost some teachers along the way, you still handled us pretty well. After 4 years, it's hard to believe that this is the last time being here as a student and walking out those doors for the last time. It has finally come to an end for our class, but we have memories to take with us in the future. We should have one best homecoming float every year, but that is besides the point. Our freshman year, we were all in the gym when teachers and seniors acted out a skit in the movie Substitute Teacher, and we all loved it and couldn't wait to do ours when the time came. Sadly, after 3 years of waiting, we were not able to do ours when we were seniors, but that doesn't mean our 4 years were not filled with tons of fun, both good and bad. I was once told by my sister that high school flies by, and to do as much as you can, because if you don't, you will regret it for the rest of your life. For once, she was right. High school flew by. It was just yesterday that we were walking in as high school as freshmen, not knowing where to go for a class. And today, we're graduating. So just let that sink in for a moment that you finally made it. Senior year was probably the best year because we made so many memories in a short amount of time. Even though we were stressed out, making memories was the most exciting part. We finally got this place down and knew where we were going, and now we're leaving. I know a lot of us would say, high school is dumb and we will never use the stuff we learned, but I can't help but feel with this being our last day that we do not know what the future holds, but it looks bright. To my fellow graduates, after today, we are finally taking our first steps into the future and the real world. Whether you go to college, start working, or serve our country, you all will be great in what you do. I hope you all find happiness in what you do, and I hope it gives you a bunch of excitement thinking about it. I was once told by 2 teachers to always follow your gut because most of the time it's right. So follow your dreams, do not let anything stop you from fulfilling them. You all deserve the best life that you can give yourself, so do not settle for less. There is no doubt that the next part of our life will go fast or faster as our high school years went by. So take the time to enjoy what's ahead, because throughout high school, we just wanted it to be over and be done. And here we are, sitting in chairs with a cap and gown, graduating. I'm sure most of us, or a couple of us, wish to go back and start all over again to enjoy high school more than we did, instead of it coming to an end. Do not wait to start the next chapter of your life, because if you do, you might skip a step that will impact your future. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your lives and always remember to live in the moment. So as we move forward, we will never forget the memories that PHS has put into our hearts these past 4 years. Congratulations to the class of 2019, and I wish you all the best luck into your future. Thank you.
Thank you, Jasmine. The PHS Band, under the direction of Miss Katie Thurlby, will now give their senior musical tribute. Thank you, Ms. Thirlby and band members. Madison Blanton, Senior Class President, will now address the class. Madison.
Hello. First, I would like to thank everyone for coming today to support the graduating class of 2019. I would also like to congratulate all of my classmates on everything that we have accomplished within our last 4 years here at PHS. I would love to say that it has all been a breeze from our first day to our last, but I would be lying. We have all experienced some sort of struggle, big or small, throughout our high school careers. Whether it has been with grades, sports, friends, or simply all the growing up that we've had to do here in the last 4 years, I think we can all agree that there's been some struggles. However, something I think we can also agree on is that none of us would have made it through those struggles or would have the opportunity to be sitting here today, graduating, if it wasn't for some of the amazing people sitting here in this gym. We have all had that person or people that have helped us through our struggles, inspired us, and motivated us enough to realize just how much potential we all have. I've had a lot of those people this year, including my parents, Miss Holper, Jody, Miss Lindahl, and so many of the awesome staff members here. However, one of the most influential of those people has been my early bird CNA instructor, Miss DeShane. Miss DeShane taught our class Monday through Wednesday and took us to clinicals Thursdays and Fridays. Along with this, she was also dealing with her diagnosis. This past July, Miss DeShane was diagnosed with cancer. Throughout the summer and into most of the school year, she was going to her chemo and radiation treatments. I think all 9 of the CNA girls went into the class not really knowing what to expect. But I cannot stand here and honestly say that there was one time that Miss DeShane didn't bring her all to class and go above and beyond for all of us girls. She always made sure we understood the material and that we're on track with all of our work. Despite all the early mornings, clinicals, late work, absences, she never once complained. Even on Thursdays, when she would come to clinicals with us and drive all the way to Iowa for her treatment, she never complained. I think there were maybe 2 Fridays that she took off because she wasn't feeling good. 2 Fridays that she wasn't feeling good from chemotherapy and radiation that she literally apologized to us for. If that doesn't motivate everyone in here today, I don't know what will. Miss DeShane is one of the most amazing people I have ever had the pleasure of meeting, and is just one of the amazing parts of the support system we all have here at school. If it wasn't for her and some of the other staff members' support, I don't know how my senior year would have turned out. My point of this story is that behind every single student in a cap and gown here today is an amazing support system, whether it's here or at home, that has gotten us this far. And on behalf of the graduating class of 2019, I would like to thank anyone who has been for my classmates what Miss DeShane has been to me. Congratulations to all of my classmates on making it this far, and I want to wish every single one of you good luck on everything that you do after we walk out those doors today, no matter what path you take. Thank you.
Good afternoon. It is my pleasure today to award 2 of our graduating PHS seniors the Good Citizenship Award. This year's award goes to the 2 individuals who best demonstrate our campus core values of pride, respect, integrity, diversity, and excellence. What makes this award so special is that it's not an award given out by the staff. Rather, the senior class nominated these 2 individuals. I'd ask that this year's recipients join me at the podium to receive your medals. The 2019 PHS Good Citizenship Award goes to Mackenzie Bailey and Grant Minson.
Thank you, Mr. Lofgren. We will now hear from the PHS Choir under the direction of Miss Sarah Nofsker. Thank you, Ms. Nosker and chorus members. The class of 2019 has two co-valedictorians, Mackenzie Bailey and Grant Minson. These two students' academic work represents the highest quality among their peers over the last 4 years. In addition to the honor of being named valedictorian of the class, both Mackenzie and Grant will receive a $500 scholarship for academic excellence given by the Graham family in memory of Mrs. Owen Graham and daughter Catherine Graham Romero. Mackenzie, please come forward to be recognized. Mackenzie will now address her class.
Good afternoon. Thank you all for coming today and supporting our class. Whew, seniors. We have made it after 4 long, never-ending years. Even as I am standing here right now, I am still not quite sure how to feel about it. It is amazing to think that it is all over. I have no idea how that all happened so fast. It seems as if it was just yesterday that we walked into our freshman year, or stumbled, I should say. The first day of freshman year, I tripped up the stairs twice. Nothing like starting off on the wrong foot, literally. I can't remember who told me that senior year was gonna go by fast, but they were correct. Senior year was the best one yet, full of both constant stress, excitement, and all kinds of emotions. From doing scholarships the very day they were due, to starting and finishing essays in one night, we have finally made it to the last step in high school. I know that we said high school is dumb, and I'm never gonna use any of this stuff, but as I stand here today, I can't help but feel emotional as this is our last day in this building as students. Over the course of high school, we have learned this place like the back of our hands. From knowing the fastest route to one place, to knowing where the best cell service is. We are so lucky to have so many memories here. We owe some huge thank yous. I would first like to thank our family and friends who gave us all the love and support we needed throughout our journey. Without you, we would not be here today, nor would we be the people we are today. So thank you for that. Next, we need to thank all of our amazing faculty and teachers for guiding us in our right path and never being afraid of telling us their honest opinions. We may not have liked what they had to say, but we knew they were right. Not only did our teachers educate us about the quadratic equation or parallel sentence structure or stoichiometry, they always gave us their best advice and support, and we thank you from the bottom of our hearts for that. To my fellow graduates, after today, we take our first steps into what they call the real world. Whether your next step is going to school or off to the workforce, or maybe serving our country, you all will thrive in what you do. I hope that each of you pursue your dreams and push your limits. Step out of your comfort zone and try new things. You all deserve the best life that you can give yourself. I have no doubt that the next phase of our life will go just as fast or faster as this one did. So I want to remind you to take a step back and slow down. I know that throughout high school, all we wanted was for time to go fast so we could be out of here. Well, let me tell you, that was too fast for me. Our days may have felt like they took forever, but the years surely didn't. Please remember that happiness comes within yourself. It is not the car you own, or the job you have, or the amount of money in your checking account. Be thankful for what you have right now, instead of wishing for the next bigger and better things. I promise that if you live your life with that mindset, you will achieve great things. As we take our next step in our life today, we will never forget the footprints PHS left on our hearts. Congratulations to the class 2019, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
And now for Grant.
All right, I pretty much have the same speech as all of them, so I guess I'll just read through it. Welcome to the commencement of the PHS class of 2019. Thank you for being here today as we celebrate our own accomplishments as well as recognize some outstanding individuals who have contributed to all of these accomplishments. Seniors, we're here. In just a few short minutes, we'll all receive our high school diplomas. To be honest, and I don't know if you guys feel the same way, I really don't know how we've already made it here. It seems like just yesterday we were down that middle school hallway learning how to use a padlock on our lockers. We've all spent the last 14 years of our lives learning, whether it was in the classroom, from our parents. Some of us have faced hardships and adversity during this time, which has made the journey that much more difficult. But it's been just that, a journey. Seniors, as we venture out into the real world, continue your journey your own way, and make sure to remember the times we had together here at PHS. I have a long list of thank yous here, so I'd like to cover a few of those. Teachers and faculty, thank you for putting up with us. Your drive to help others and improve the lives of so many students has truly left an impact on us. Work in the classroom is important, but the extra work behind the scenes has really been evident as well. The extra effort has allowed us all to be here today, and we thank you. Parents, you deserve so many more thank yous. You have made us the people we are today. So much of the hard work has been done by you. The fact that we are all sitting here today, together, makes the hard work, struggle, and worries worth it. It may not always be evident, but we all have the drive and motivation to achieve great things, and this is because of you. Parents, you've instilled so many great values and morals in all of us, and we thank you. Although we might not realize it, the people and adults we are becoming is mostly because of you. Underclassmen, you're going to get a final few words of wisdom before we're all out of here. First of all, thank you for always being the worst teams in dodgeball and volleyball. We thank you for always losing to us in pretty much every competitive setting. We're really going to miss you all. You've been with us for the long haul. Juniors, you're almost here, but make no mistake, the time will go by fast. Don't take your time here for granted. Keep doing great things and improving PHS. Finally, I have a few words for the senior class. Most of us can agree that we've gone through some crazy stuff. Anyways, with all the stuff we've been through, it's all been together. We've been there for each other, and I'm proud of how we've dealt with these situations together. We've been a class of lasts and many firsts. We were the last 6th grade class over at Tampico Middle School. The next year, we were the first 7th grade class here at PLTMS. One of the biggest aspects of our class was being involved with the last group of Prophet athletes at the high school level. Being part of the last Prophet teams was such a great honor. We represented our school and mascot well. This year, our class had the distinct challenge of ushering a new era, the Panther era of sports. Our sports this year had its challenges in this regard, and we knew that it was not going to be perfect. It's safe to say that our class helped lead the charge into the future. We were able to set an example for future Panther athletes, and it's safe to say that we all represented your communities in a way that you should all be proud. Seniors, thank you for sticking with it all these years, from the classroom to the field. We all did it together. Our class has limitless opportunities ahead. We are going out into a world full of new things, changes, and evolving landscapes. The important thing for everyone to realize is that we all have opportunities each and every day. Each and every person in this gym have been given so many opportunities. We all can choose a path to success through setting goals and slowly working towards them. Seniors, in order to take advantage of your opportunities, I encourage you to find your passion. It doesn't have to be anything crazy, but find something you love to do. It won't be easy to find your passion, but once you find it, you won't look back. Regardless of your future plans, call back to the hard work and determination which got you to this point. As I said before, we are all on our own journey. I was fortunate enough to be given the opportunity to take a class called CEO this year. In this class, students are able to listen to local leaders from the Sauk Valley in mostly business-style settings. One of the most common messages that I heard during the year would be that life is not a laser beam. All of us are going to have hardships at some point in time. Some of us have already experienced these, while others' laser beams are waiting to be bent away from the intended path. In order to get to the end goal, we must all make a commitment to ourselves. This commitment is one of self-pride and serves the idea that we all have an end goal in mind, success. Have faith in the future. We are all shaping it. Thank you.
Thank you, Grant. At this time, I invite Mr. Chad Colmoni, Superintendent of Prophetstown Linden Tampico Schools, to certify our graduates in the class of 2019 and to recommend that they receive diplomas from the Board of Education.
Members of the Prophetstown Linden Tampico Board of Education. As the Superintendent of Prophetstown Linden Tampico District Number 3, I certify that the class of 2019 has met all requirements as set forth by the State of Illinois and the Prophetstown Linden Tampico Board of Education. As such, they are entitled to receive their high school diploma and graduate from Prophetstown High School.
You guys ready for this? Presenting diplomas today are PLT board members Mrs. Pam Ploutz, Mrs. Kim Purvis, and Mr. James Melton. Out of respect for each individual graduate at today's ceremony, we ask that you please hold your applause until all individuals have been announced. Marshals, please come forward to escort the class. First row, please rise. Gavin Tyler Alden. Harrison John Ames. Adam Jeffrey Aarons. Austin Chevelle Beza. Noah Michael J. Bellows. Brooke Mary Bennett. Madison Summer Lynn Blanton. Kiera Tommy Bryan. Trenton Jacob Burgess. Joseph Alexander Bino. Evan Hunter Camper. Willie Robert Cochran. Garrett James Cooper. Dalton Anthony Davis. First row, please be seated. Second row, please rise. George William Davis. Benjamin Joseph Deneve. Michaela Marie DeSmit. Brady Joseph DeWitt. Cheyenne Summer Eads. Alyssa Sky Ferguson. Ethan Alexander Gherkin. Alexis Nicole Hadaway. Dalton Michael Douglas Harms. I gotta take that back now. Craig William Hinson. Mason Gary Henricks. Matthew Timothy Henricks. Second row, you may be seated. Third row, please rise. Carson Thomas Hogue. James Colton Holbert. Jonathan Barrett Jensen. Jacob Ryan Johnson. Easton Lee Lance. Jarrett Anthony McCoy. Chase Matthew Milnes. Grant Gerard Minson. Would law enforcement please make a receiving line? Megan Ann Marie Morales. Trevor Allen Pratt. Trinidad Frederico Ramirez. Joanna Marie Roscoe. Third row, you may be seated. Fourth row, please rise. Addison Cheryl Razor. Kyle Lynn Reynolds. Lauren May Sibley. Tyler Robert Smith. Jules Taylor Terlizzi. Olivia Hope Ramirez Topper. Mackenzie Ray Bailey. Jasmine Lynn Van Horn. Max Nicholas Wydell. Jessica Elizabeth Woodworth. Joey Christine Young. All graduates, please rise. Class of 2019. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left, signifying that you are graduates of Prophetstown High School. Congratulations. How about going, huh? We welcome you to this long and proud legacy as alumni of Prophetstown High School, and we look forward to seeing great things from each of you in the future. Everyone, please stand as the PHS band plays the recessional march. We ask that all audience members remain standing until graduates and faculty have exited the gym. Graduates will form a receiving line in the Commons immediately following this ceremony. Marshals, please escort the class.